In this short video, I am going to show you how to click through and sign your application disclosures. So you're going to log in with the link that was sent to you via your email from DocMagic. It's going to ask you for the last four of your social security number, and then it's going to ask you to enter the viewing code that you see below. Once you do that, you'll go ahead, click this I read and I agree. Continue to the next step where you're going to choose your signature that you'll use. You have the option to choose from a number of different signatures, and I'll choose this one. So you're just going to start clicking through, and you're going to, anywhere where there's a yellow spot, you can click, and you can do one of two things. You can scroll to the bottom and hit continue to the next page, or you can also come over here to the left-hand side and you can click on to the next document from here. This particular form is one that I find people have questions about frequently, so I just want to go over exactly what needs to be done. This is asking if there are any civil union partners that you have out there. So if you're married, the answer is no. If you have a civil union with someone and they are on deed and title, you can click yes. You can enter their name here below. But in this instance, Tom is married to me, so we're just going to say no, and I'm going to click his signature here. So what will happen is you'll just click through and go through all of the application. This is the application here, and it's going to have a lot of your personal information on it. And what I will tell you is just go through it, click. If you notice that there are any items that are incorrect, please just make a list on the side. It's okay to continue to click through and sign everything. And you'll just send an email out to the person who sent you the instructions along with the ink disclosures that need to be printed and signed. Just reply to that email, let her know what the issues are and what needs to be changed, and she'll make those corrections on the back end so that the next time you see this set of disclosures, everything will be corrected. The one important thing to note is if you do see your employer's information and it's incorrect, or maybe your income or your start date or your position, there's a very good chance that we pulled that information from a third-party verification system. So we actually have to use the data that they supply us with, or otherwise your income won't validate. So if it's wrong, we do apologize, but that is kind of just unfortunately something that needs to stay there. But if you see something wrong, like your date of birth, the number of dependents that you have, your address, how long you've lived there, that sort of thing, just make a note of that, let us know. Same thing with bank account balances. We may not have your current information. Maybe you had estimated the balances when you submitted the application to us, or we may have pulled a verification of deposit form, and that may have some different information than what your current balances are showing. So moving along here, we are going to get to a couple of the things that people just have questions on. Usually this request for transcript of tax return. This is a form that we need for the IRS if we're going to validate your tax returns or your W-2 forms, which can sometimes happen. And what I'll say is you'll click here. There is a little box, and because I've already signed this, Tom doesn't need to, but if I had not signed it and Tom was the first one, there is a little box here that does need to be clicked before we can proceed on to the next page. So just be mindful of that as you're clicking through. Let's see, one of the other things that I have noticed people having questions about, and I think this is probably the last one that I'll touch on. Let's see here. The New Jersey Borrower Designation Form. This is a strange form. I can be very truthful in telling you that I have no idea why they are requiring this at this point. This is a new form. What I would say is just click through. I know that sounds ridiculous, but quite frankly, if it's a purchase transaction, your attorney is representing you, they will you don't even need to type their information in. If this box is available to you on a refinance, you can check that because you wouldn't have an attorney for a refinance. But I believe that will let you click on to the next page, and yes, it does. So if for some reason it does not, you could just type your own name in here. But I do not think that it will stop you from moving through. Same thing with this form here, certificate of non-referral. Basically, you're just letting us know how you came across us. If you were referred from a friend, you could click that off here. If you saw my website, have a realtor referred you, you can just, click here and just say, realtor, friend, whatever you'd like. And then you should be able to click through. I think that should answer any questions that you have in regards to the initial application disclosures. If you do have further questions, again, you're certainly welcome to reach out to the person who sent you the ink disclosures that need to be printed and signed. Usually there are some instructions in there, and you can just reach back out to her either via email. Her phone number should be in her signature. And of course, if you've got any major questions or concerns, you're always able to get in touch with me directly.